Hey guys, welcome back, and the highlight for today is the 3 Series Grand Limousine. So this is supposed to be launching today. So straight up, we're gonna open the engine bay. And this is powered by a 2-liter 6-cylinder producing 190 horsepower. And this is a diesel engine that sends power to the rear wheels. So these are supposed to be the LED lights at up front, and this is supposed to be the key of the vehicle. Now we're gonna check out the boot space. So where this product actually shines from the regular 3 Series is the back seat experience. And now the boot space of the vehicle is really minimalistic. There is not a lot of difference between this and the regular 3 Series. This of course comes with the spare tire that is not a full size. So this does have electric closure right here. So we just press this and the boot closes on itself. So now we're going to hop into the back seat and check out the area where this vehicle actually shines. So straight up, you can see the ambient lighting going through here, and this also has the panoramic sunroof. Rear climate control is given right here, and the rear door is really nice. Leather is all around and ambient lighting goes through here, and the door handle is nice and feels good on the touch. And this does have the one touch up and down of the windows. So this has the BMW comfort package. So I'll just tell you how this works. So if you're gonna opt for this, so this basically gives you an iPad Air that you can put right here to control your BMW, and this also has a coat hanger on this side. So I believe straight up this front seat is in the normal position, and this has a ton of leg room, and I am not exaggerating when I say it actually has a ton of leg room. You can see right here, this is the gap, which is actually insane. And the rest of the interior is pretty similar to the 3 Series, the normal outgoing 3 Series. Nothing too different. And one thing this also has is the launch control, which I think was not in the regular 3 Series. And there are also USB-C charging ports given right here, 2 of them. And this has a separate climate control for the back passengers, as well as functional nice AC vents. And this also has the 16-speaker Harman Kardon sound system, which takes the experience a higher notch as compared to the normal 3 Series. Door pockets are nice and large for you to keep your bottles, as well as the seat pockets are also big and nice. So just to put this into context, this is the normal 3 Series and the legroom offered in it, you can see, fairly normal, nothing too outrageous. Now we're gonna hop into the 5 Series. This is the legroom offered in the 5 Series. 5 Series is a bit wider, so don't just look at that, just take a look at the legroom. So this is the legroom, still fairly normal, nothing new or anything outrageous. And this is the legroom offered in the 3 Series Grand Limousine. So you can see 5 Series se bhi, if you compare, this is miles and miles ahead of both of them, the regular 3 Series and the 5 Series. So now, since I've shown you all three, now you can put into context that my reaction is not just exaggerating, it is actually true. This is actually miles and miles ahead of both of them. Just see the amount of legroom. This is outrageous. And just to make things a little bit more fun, this is the legroom offered in the 7 Series. Here are the controls for the rear seat reclining as well as adjusting, and you can see this is the absolute pinnacle of luxury right here in which I'm sitting in. So to put this and the 3 Series Grand Limousine into context, this is somewhat similar to the 3 Series. I believe a little bit smaller the 3 Series is, but it gives you the same amount of airy feeling that you get in the 7 Series. And how crazy is that for a car that is absolutely double the price of the 3 Series? My bad, not even double, triple the price of 3 Series. You're getting a bit of a part from this in the 3 Series. So this is the level of comfort and legroom you're getting in the 3 Series. So now we're just gonna hop into the front passenger seat and check it out. So this is the front passenger seat, and straight up the interior looks very minimalistic and aligned, as well as beautiful from inside. This has the wooden finish right here, which when you press reveals the cup holders and a USB charging socket plus a wireless charger. And here is the welcome screen, and you can see the ambient lighting goes right here, as well as it continues to here. And the door pockets are big, and a Harman Kardon speaker right here with the badging given. And typical BMW interior, everything in this interior seems just in the right place. Nothing as such is out of the position. And the iDrive controller is right here, which can be used to control the various menus of the vehicle. So right now this also has the BMW voice command. So if I were to say, hey BMW,
hello, what can I help you with?
Close sunroof.
This function unfortunately cannot be controlled by voice.
So this basically told me to fuck off, because the close sunroof function is not in it, which sucks. So moving on. And the seats are really nice, comfortable, and they hold you into place. These are 16-way adjustable seats with under thigh support being manual, so you being tall will not prove to be a problem. So the iDrive controls are right here, and the buttons are integrated on the panel right here. This has your traction control, parking sensors, auto start stop off, sport, comfort, eco pro, electric handbrake plus auto hold. Storage space right here with a USB-C charging socket. And the steering wheel is adjustable for both height as well as reach. And recently in 2019 BMW introduced their display screen in the gauge clusters, and now we have a full LED right here, which I think was a really nice decision and was welcomed, since Mercedes has been doing it from a long time. So it was high time BMW implemented this. And the sunroof controls are right here, so we'll just hop into the driver's seat and check it out from there. So right now I'm in the driver's seat, and everything is a little tilted towards the driver. And I think this was not something that was very welcomed, since this is supposed to be the 7 Series counterpart of the 3 Series. Like a 3 Series and a 7 Series had a baby, so this is something like that, because it really emphasizes on the rear seat experience. So if the owner was to sit in the rear seat, so the driver would have access to all of these controls, and the co-passenger, for example, if the owner was to sit in the front, so he'd have to turn his head a lot to see things on this. So I think this was something that was supposed to be in the normal place rather than focusing on the driver, because I believe the owners would not be driving this as much as a driver, because obviously the rear seat is for them with the increased legroom. So everything is typical BMW. So the steering controls are as follows. This is for the cruise control, and this is the speed limiter. So I don't think this has the adaptive cruise control, which slows the vehicle down on itself. This has the normal one. And here are the display controls. You can control this center screen right here. So for this you can check the telephone calls. This is the various menus, radio, media, and this is to control your volume, and this is the voice commands. As I mentioned, the steering wheel is adjustable for both reach as well as height, and the climate controls are right here. So watch this. When I turn on the climate control, this center display pops up, which I think is really mind-blowing because it makes sure that the interior is minimalistic and futuristic both at the same time. So I think this was a move that was welcomed by many users. And obviously the glove box is okayish, not too big, and everything is really futuristic and changed, but one thing that remains unchanged is the volume knob, which I think was welcomed because it is my personal belief that everything should not be automated or in the display, because when you're driving, you actually know the placement of the button, so you do not distract yourself. You're just looking in the front, so and you reach your hand towards the knob and you turn up the volume rather than going into the display, and the switch slider is used to increase the volume. So I think this does take that bit into consideration, which is a very welcomed move. And the gear selector is typical BMW. This unfortunately does not get the crystal gear selector in the 5 series and above, which was really nice to hold. This is a normal gear selector with park right here and unlock buttons right here, and this also has the paddle shifters, plus there is also launch control. So this is actually the diesel version, that is rear wheel drive. If you were to opt for the petrol one, this would be powered by a 258 horsepower engine, which is an up from the diesel one. So that comes down to your personal preference, whichever engine option you choose, that is up to you. I personally believe the diesel one is okay because the petrol prices are hitting all-time high, so this would not be the best time to opt for the petrol one. And I think I've covered most of the interior because everything is simple and so BMW and so amazing. There is nothing that seems out of place, and there are obviously no hard plastics. This is wood, this is also wood, and this is the subwoofer for the Harman Kardon audio system. And of course the sunroof is panoramic, and the seat headrests are adjustable right here, and the side bolstering unfortunately is not adjustable. You can always adjust the end thigh support with a manual button right here. And this of course has the all LED lights. For that, the controls are right here, and these are the mirror controls. This is the seat memory, this is the lock and lock button, and these are the dome lights of the vehicle. And here is the vanity mirror, which you can look yourself into and praise yourself for buying the 3 Series Grand Limousine. And here is the mic, and here is the car info. So you can always of course have the sport displays. Let's try the Hey BMW option once again. Hey BMW. Oh, that's a bummer. Hey BMW. And now she listened. Sport displays.
Hi.
What the hell? Sport displays.
Sport displays.
So yeah,
Please continue using
finally
manual
she responded. Here are the sport displays which show you your power consumption, your torque consumed, your engine oil temperature, and here is your G-force meter. So that also looks really nice. And this is a new display as compared to the older 5 series that are reviewed, and this display is touch sensitive, so you can see I'm navigating with my finger, and there's this home button right here which stays on its place, which I think is also a really nice thing, because let's say you're checking your vehicle settings and you do not know where you are, so you can always press the home button and be at a place that you're familiar with. So this is a nice touch. And now I think I've covered most of it. So and one more thing, yeah, and these buttons right here you can see are right now unassigned, so you can either press them, and for example you set them to a preset and you forgot what it is, so you'll just put your hand here. This is touch sensitive, and you can see what is right here or what the preset that you've set is. So I'll just glide my fingers and you can see this is touch sensitive. So this also is a really cool thing, which I think is typical BMW. They always do things very right and precise, so you feel that you're at home. So now maybe if I'm lucky I'll get to drive the 3 Series. So we'll just go talk to the owner and let's hope he allows me to drive the vehicle. So right now we're in the 3 Series Grand Limousine. Straight up, the driving dynamic seems very well refined, and there are no abrupt shifts or anything else like that. So this does come with the launch control inbuilt into the vehicle, even though this is not an M Sport one. And right now we're in eco mode, so cruising away. This does not seem different from the 3 Series. Now where the magic comes to play is on the back seat, a larger legroom as compared to the outgoing 3 Series, and the on-road price for this one, the upcoming 3 Series Grand Limousine, would be around 60 lakh on road, as opposed to the 3 Series, which comes around at 47 lakhs starting. Only two variants are available in the vehicle, the petrol and the diesel. The petrol one pumps out about 258 horsepower and around 350 Newton meters of torque, and the diesel one pumps around 190 horsepower and 400 Newton meters of torque. So the funny thing right now would be the 3 Series diesel and the 2 Series share the same engine, but the main difference between them would be the driving dynamics, and that is mainly just by the powertrain. The 2 Series comes with a front wheel drive option, and the 3 Series comes with a rear wheel drive. So as you can see how BMW played the right card, and even though the engine output is same, but due to the power delivery on the front on the 2 Series and on the back of the 3 Series, they changed how the driving dynamics of both the vehicles would feel on road when you're driving them. So with the same engine, the driving dynamics rocketed from the 2 Series when it came to the 3 Series. So as I've previously showed you on the 5 Series, as you put the vehicle in sport, everything changes. The suspensions tighten up, the throttle response increases, becomes more violent, and the steering wheel becomes a little more precise, with the turns becoming a little more heavier. So when you're in sports mode and you're in kick down, so 0 to 100 would take about 6.5 seconds in the petrol version, which I think is impressive for a limousine of this size. So now we've switched places. So a little correction, this vehicle actually does not come with launch control. That would be in the M Sport version. So we're gonna try launching the vehicle. So for that, your left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, let it rev till 2000 RPM, and then we're off. And that 190 horsepower motor does pack quite a punch, and you're immediately thrust back into your seat. And since we're in sports mode, the steering wheel becomes heavy and you can feel it right away. So let's try it out in comfort. So right now we're in comfort, and the steering wheel did ease up a bit, and this does have the BMW voice command. So for example, if I were to say, hey BMW, sport displays. So right now I turned on the sport displays, and the vehicle is showing the torque consumption as well as the G-force that is being put. So back into sport, and we're kicking again. So you can see the torque consumed and the horsepower that So I'd say not much has changed from the regular 3 Series in this one. It is still the same old badass 3 Series, just with better comfort and bigger rear seat to accommodate passengers with a little more luxury as compared to the outgoing one. So I think we'll end things here on a good note. The vehicle seems really nice to drive, and I think the start, that is 60 lakhs on road, seems the right bid for a vehicle that packs this much of a punch and luxury in one package. So do like, share and subscribe, and for further updates do hit the bell icon. And as always, thank you for watching. Catch you in the next one.